This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. It's Monday, November 22nd, 2021. Let's talk about the news. From the Wall Street Journal, U.S. COVID deaths in 2021 surpass 2020's. Though vaccines and increasingly sophisticated methods of dealing with serious cases have helped prevent even worse outcomes, the number of COVID-19 deaths in 2021 have now surpassed the total number tallied in the United States in 2020. The official count of infections and deaths in all countries are considered to be suspect, as a whole lot of COVID fatalities just don't make it into the official system for reasons of collection methodology, politics, or systemic overwhelm. That said, the Delta variant is generally being pointed at as a primary but not sole reason our decent vaccination numbers in many parts of the world, including the U.S., didn't make an even bigger dent in infection and death rates in 2021. From the Associated Press, bowing to protests, India's Modi agrees to repeal farm laws. After about a year of protests from tens of thousands of farmers, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced he will repeal the collection of agricultural laws that have drawn these farmers' ire. Modi has long defended this bundle of laws as being necessary if the country wants to modernize its agricultural industry. But farmers worry their passage will end a system of guaranteed prices they've enjoyed since the 1960s. Farmers make up an important chunk of Modi's base and are politically influential in portions of the country. And though Modi has told them they can go home now, they've said they'll stick around until the laws are confirmed gone after Parliament sits for their winter session beginning in December. And from Reuters, tens of thousands march in Vienna against COVID measures before lockdown. Tens of thousands of primarily far-right but also other anti-vaccination and anti-lockdown protesters gathered in Vienna over the weekend to voice their dissent against the Austrian government's newly announced lockdown plans and intention to make COVID vaccines mandatory beginning in 2022. This is one of several protests of a similar scale that occurred around Europe over the weekend, following fresh restrictions in the Netherlands, and word that the German government is also considering a vaccine mandate. The governments don't seem terribly happy with the announcements they're making either, generally saying they're not keen to hurt the economy and upset people, but that infection and hospitalization numbers are getting out of control, and something has to be done to keep things from going completely haywire over the winter months, as more people spend more time indoors. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.